Hey guys, Max115 here. Welcome back to another episode of Boom Beach. I am in the middle of a play session right now. I have heavy Zuka training, as you can see, but I wanted to, put some of these replays out before I lose them. Some of these have been pretty tough. These are all RZCM attacks, and I thought they were, kind of worthy of having a look. But you can see my activity log. See how many times it has taken me to figure some of these bases out. I just kept on failing and failing. Bases have been really brutal, and I don't know if something mental happened to me since that day where I wasn't able to attack to destroy a single base. I don't know if sort of a mental block kind of developed in me, and now I'm all of a sudden I don't know if it is because I lost confidence, but I am having a really hard time beating bases right now. So I don't know. I hope that goes away soon. I don't know, but anyhow, let's just take a look at some of these replays because I thought they were pretty cool. The first one was kind of an easy base, so nothing too special. It did have 7 eye statues, but none of them were boosted. The guy was in the middle of playing. He was online, so I kind of caught him right when he was offline. So I kind of took advantage of it. So yeah, 7 eye statues. None of them boosted. Single shield and shock blaster in the back. So this was actually a fairly easy base. All the attacks I did tonight, I did with 3-3-1-1 ratio. So three boats of riflemen, 3 boats of Zukas, and 1 boat of medic, and 1 boat of cryoneers. So I took down 1 of the rocket launchers only, and then just moved all my troops to the bottom corner here. I kind of try to copy this attack from some of the top players who have been attacking my own base, except that my base has 2 shields. But anyways, I thought it might work with this one, so that's what I did. Just throw some critters, shock around some of those key defenses, let the Zukas take care of the majority of the buildings. Had to keep on throwing critters to distract the second shot launcher. That shock I threw in there was to stop the 2 mortars and the rocket launcher, so all the big splash damage in there. And then the critters were mainly to distract the shot launcher on the left side and the shock blaster behind the HQ. You can see how my troops are really spread out, but that's how RZCM really has to work these days. You just have to let them spread out and just kind of throw shocks and critters around the HQ and try to stop whatever you can. Even though this base wasn't boosted, I still I lost a lot of troops, more than I would have wanted to. But at least it took me only 1 try today. So this particular one, the other bases took me a lot of tries. And then for every 3 gunboat energy that I was able to get from every single building the troops were taking down, then I just kept on throwing shocks or critters or anything that I could afford. Thankfully, that 1 shock blaster turned around and started taking some of the troops on the left side, on the right side, sorry. So it kind of just took focus away from the troops shooting at the HQ, which was good. So that 1 base went down. So that was probably the easiest base so far of the night. The rest of them were much tougher. So Allure, hey here, he's what is he, like number 2 now in the US, something like that. It took me a few tries, but eventually I figured his base out. Again, 7 eye statues, but this time he had 4 of them boosted, so a much bigger challenge from the previous base. This one was a double setter base with double shields, so I took down 1 of the rocket launchers, the one on the left side. Get rid of some of those mines. I had a little bit of extra gunboat energy because I only took down 1 rocket as opposed to 2 of them. And then put my troops in front of that sniper tower, let them gather up, let them take it out for an extra 3 gunboat energy, and then flare all the way behind in there. I mean, I did have to let my troops step on some of those mines, but I just had to kind of suck it in and let them do it. I did lose a big chunk of rifles to those 3 mines there, but anyways, you just have to proceed with the attack. So reverse smokes at the end, to protect those medics. Let everybody get under those smokes, and then throw critters and then 2 shocks. So there goes the critters. Shock that mortar rocket launcher flamethrower combo, and the rocket launcher flamethrower in the bottom there. Let the Zukas just explode out and start clearing up all the defenses. It may seem easy to you if you're just watching this replay and it looks like it's going really well, but like you saw in my activity log, it did take me a few tries to kind of figure it out and figure out. Mainly I'm noticing is the timing in which I'm throwing the shocks and the critters on the HQ. If you let those shot launchers just kind of focus on your troops and shock, then it'll just be detrimental to your attack. But if you can time it so that those critters land and the shot launchers don't change targets onto your troops, then that's when you can get the whole raid going on and finish off the base. At this point, there were a pretty good amount of Zookas right here in the middle shooting at the HQ, and the troops that were kind of in the bottom here started to distract the one-shot launcher, so I was free to shoot it. Plus, I had 4 rifles right in here, if you can see them. 4 rifles providing a shield from that big boom cannon in there. Although I just noticed the one mortar just got them, killed all of them. Yeah, it kind of came down to the wire. And look, I was left with only those Zookas. So a couple more seconds, I don't think I would have made it. Look, that one mortar shell kind of took down a big chunk of my Zookas and left me with like 4 in there. So I barely made it in the nick of time. I was just happy I got it. I mean, it did take me a few tries. Allure, hey, it took me like, looks like 7 tries or so. 7 or 8 tries. Kyub space, this was a tricky one also. Double shielded. I tried a couple of times. 5 eye statues, all 5 of them boosted. I tried twice just before with TRM, but it just wasn't working out for me, mainly because of the location of these cannons and those boom mines in there. You know, by the time I got to the end at the HQ, I just lost too many tanks, and I didn't have enough damage to finish off the HQ with the second shield in there. So I switched to RZCM. Again, 3-3-1-1 ratio. Take down 1 rocket launcher on the left side again, and then let them take down 1 sniper tower. Flare them behind the second rocket launcher very carefully, trying to smoke as best as I could. You know, smoking RZCM is always tricky. Reverse smokes at the end. I'm getting pretty good at the reverse smoke deal right now, so just let the troops kind of gather in there. And exactly the same thing as before. I did lose 2 medics, but nothing you can do about that. Throw critters and shock strategically, all the big splash damage around the troops, and get... Oh, this time I shocked the shot launcher and threw the critters late. Just a minor modification in there. Had to keep the shot rocket launcher, flamethrower shocked. More critters on the HQ. Let the troops spread out. A big group of them kind of walked to the rear corner on the right side there, because those buildings were laid out all the way in the back. But once everything was clear, started moving on to the remainder of defenses and the HQ. So there goes the first shield. And I still have a pretty healthy amount of Zookas shooting at the HQ. I did wish that I had a little bit of extra gunboat energy to shock around, but you know what, you just kind of have to make do with what you have. The troops in the bottom, they're just kind of disappearing into the horizon there, so far away from anything that's important. Although I will admit, they did take down the one-shot launcher, which kind of really helps. But then the second rocket launcher kept them focusing around, and I had nothing else but medkits to throw around, so that's all I kept on throwing. Sometimes it's also a little bit of luck that you're kind of relying on to see if you can finish off the base. This base, like I said, well, it only took me 1 try with RZCM, but I did fail it twice with TRM. And then threw a barrage at the end there just to rub it in, because I was kind of annoyed with his base after losing with TRM. And then the last base, man, this was a doozy. Guara cros. He's been on my mat since yesterday. I attacked him a few times, and then my boost ran out, so I stopped trying. And then today it took me like another 9 times to finally, you know, figure out the base. So the diamond spending is serious at this point. But anyhow, sorry for that. Sorry for that little cut. So Guara cros base. This was the last base I took out with RZCM tonight so far. It's 5 eye statues, 4 of them boosted, pretty similar to the one before. This one was a tricky base. I mean, for some reason I just couldn't figure it out, and it just took me a few tries, 9 tries specifically tonight to get rid of him. So really tricky, mainly because of the position of his mines. I was trying to put the troops, to smoke the troops in a way where I would avoid as many mines as possible. So let them take down the one-shot cannon in the front there, and then smoke behind the machine gun. You guys can see my troops are stamping on a lot of mines. Reverse smokes at the end there just to cover that gap. Try to get as many troops as possible under those smokes. I hate when the medics are trailing behind though. There you go, 1 medic gets killed. And then critters and shocks around. Shock all the splash damage, like mortars, flamethrowers, anything that could have killed a lot of my troops very quickly. Kept on throwing critters, try to keep those shot launchers busy. And then just kind of let my troops explode out of those in there. It doesn't look like I have a lot of troops. I think I lost a whole bunch of Zookas there. Did I? I don't know. It doesn't seem like I had a lot, but it looks like it appears to be like we still have a healthy amount of rifles in there. So I tried to shock that one shot mortar in the top there, because that thing kind of got, you know, killed a lot of my troops a few times. So, you know, try to buy my troops a little bit of extra time there. So once I got enough gunboat energy, throw some more critters right on the HQ. There goes the first shield, and then the Zookas are doing a pretty good job of wearing down the second shield, although it took a lot longer than I had hoped for. There's a little group of troops in the bottom there, you know, trying to get rid of some more buildings, trying to get us a little bit more gunboat energy. And at this point, we have a decent amount of Zookas shooting at the HQ already. So I was feeling pretty confident. But like I said before, it did take me a lot of tries to finally figure this base out. Actually, I don't know. This base with 4 boosted ice was actually tougher than the previous one that had 5 boosted ice. So sometimes it's the minor adjustments that they make on the bases. So there you go. 4 attacks for tonight. I'm still playing, so I have, like I said, I have heavy Zuka training, so I'm going to keep on attacking. I still have a little bit of time on my boost, so I'm going to try to make the most out of it. As far as my own base, with the corner double shield, it's doing okay. I can show you I got raided 1 time only today, which is good. But then again, only 2 people attacked me, which is very little. And I only got scouted 54 times, which is also little, which is also very low. 4 attacks yesterday, 4 raids yesterday, 5 attacks total. And, well, that's because I had just put down the base. I had just put down the new setup. And then after being raided a few times, for each raid, I was looking at the replay. And then I was trying to make adjustments on the base. To see if I could, you know, make it a little more effective. So it looked like we did well after that. So only 1 raid today, but it's weird because I'm only being scouted 50 times. A couple of days ago, I was scouted 100 times. So, you know, it really depends, I suppose. But so far, the base is doing okay. I do have what do you call this thing? A laser beam 3 already cooked up, and I'm planning on giving it another try. Let's see if it helps, because that seems to be the trend on the top players again. So let's see how that works. If it doesn't, then I'll just switch back to the double shield. But, you know, I'm curious to see if the laser beam will help me at this level. So, alright guys, that'll be it for tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the videos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the attacks. We'll be back soon with some more attacks, I suppose. Okay, until then, I'm Max15. I'll see you guys next time, guys. Bye.